Hey, good morning, my people. How are you? Hope and trust that all is good. Today is what? Thursday, the 26th day of February, 2026. And the time right now is 2 minutes before the 7 a.m. hour, 6:58 a.m. And yeah, what am I going to be talking about? No. Well, see my backdrop there? Fall in line, holding. That's what it says. But I'm not going to say fall in line, holding. I'm going to say fall in line Caribbean leaders. Fall in line, Caribbean leaders. Well, for those of you who follow what's happening in terms of the Caribbean politics and the geopolitics, I believe ongoing presently, there's the CARICOM 50th regular meeting of heads of government is taking place in St. Kitts. It might be wrapping up today, I guess. Um, and I was looking at something on YouTube, a news report on YouTube, and when I heard it, I smiled to myself. When I heard it, I smiled to myself. It was like a wrap up of what was happening thus far. Um, and some of the Caribbean leaders and them, well, at least the two that I see online, that is our Prime Minister and the Prime Minister of Dominica, were quite encouraged by the utterances of um, Mr. Rubio to them. Um, I saw in that report, I saw an insert from our Prime Minister, and he said, let me just read the readout, the printout from that. He said, at one point, this is our Prime Minister, right? At one point, we were very concerned. We were very concerned precisely what the message would have been. But I have to say, it's a very positive message in terms of helping to secure the future of Caribbean countries, to work closely with the various Caribbean countries, recognizing the fact that we are linked by geography, we are linked by our people. The people has its largest diaspora, sorry, the Caribbean has its largest diaspora in the United States, and we are linked by our common humanity. And I sense that the statement that he made, though brief, would have signaled a level of commitment to enhance the relationship between the United States and CARICOM. So that is certainly very encouraging. That was our Prime Minister. And the Dominican Prime Minister, insert that I saw, the readout from that says, Dominican Prime Minister Ruben Skerrit said he too was encouraged by the brief encounter the leaders had with Rubio and was looking forward to to further engagement, sorry. So we look to that in the afternoon. I mean, first of all, we appreciate his visit. It's important that the dialogue can continue of hot topic issues that we have to discuss and address and find mutual approaches to them. So we look forward to this afternoon. But I think it is important that we note the positive aspect of his presence in the Caribbean. So that was the readout from what the insert that was there for the Dominicans, for Dominica Prime Minister. And not much was said as to what exactly the gentleman Marco Rubio would have said. Or at least I have not seen it. I have not seen it as yet. What his comments might have been. But I had to smile to myself and I'm asking myself, what has changed? What changed? Because to my mind, well, we would have seen about a year ago, a little bit more than a year ago, Vice President J.D. Vance went to Europe and told them how they saw it from an American standpoint. And they weren't too happy. And then a year after that, then very same Marcus Rubio, Mr. Rubio, whatever the first name is, he went to back to Europe and basically told them the same thing in a softer tone. That's the report that came out. And that is how America sees the world, the re-implementation of its Monroe Doctrine, referred to as the Dunroe Doctrine. What was the U.S. vision for the Western Hemisphere? And I'm thinking to myself, I don't think that Rubio is going to come to the Caribbean and tell Caribbean leaders something different that they have consistently been saying to the European leaders, who we all know on the world stage have a larger sway than us here in the Caribbean. So I'm thinking to myself, hearing all these positive things, what changed? What changed? Is it that America would have changed its national security strategy that was circulated to the world? I don't think so. I don't think so. So what have changed, in my opinion, is the fact that some of the Caribbean leaders have now come back down to earth in what they were saying. There were comments also attributed to the Prime Minister of Trinidad, and incidentally, it appears as if she's the only one from the grouping have been invited to this summit or to this meeting that President Trump is supposed to be having with Latin American leaders, because she so announced that she was invited. I think it's on March 7th. And I don't see that our Prime Minister and any other Prime Minister would have been invited, and they have not noted it. But let's wait and see. There's some time to go between today, the 26th, and the 7th of March. But I just found it interesting that the comments that are coming out. And I just had to smile to myself and say, look at how it is. Falling right in line. Falling right in line. Until we come together again, my people, have a nice day. Keep safe. I see some rain is on the outside, at least in my area. So keep dry. We need the rain. The earth needs the rain. Water supplies need to be replenished. So thank the Lord for the blessings that He's sending, at least over my way at this present point in time. Have a nice day, everybody, and keep safe.